Okay, so deep half guard. The answer that we use, right, we started off the week where the person places the leg at 90 degrees, right? 90 degrees, we talked about the ability to knock this leg out, and it's done by stiff legging here, 4 fingers in, I stiff leg, I arch that leg all the way into a good deep half guard position. And then after a couple of days for that, we realized that it's not about coming into this space, it's about backing up, and them pushing off on this foot and defending against my standard half guard sweeps is what makes this entry really viable. So I come in here, he starts to frame on the neck, he posts that leg. When that leg is posted, it'll be nice and easy to move into a deep half guard position. Now, how I control deep half guard is a little bit different than most people. Keeping this leg straight is very important. A couple acceptable hand grips. Stacking the hands, that's the way that I used to do it. S-gripping is okay, but I'm really in love with controlling with that gable grip, and that outside wrist manipulates the top of the, just above the kneecap. That gives me the ability to put some pressure in, and I'm tucking that elbow. Now, there are some people that will get swept by turning the knees up, depending on how they're controlling the space back here. All right, so that's great. If he falls over, we come up, but there are going to be some people that need a little bit of love. Remember, the important battle right here is between my tricep and my rib cage. So when I control this and I go back flat, don't fall over yet. Don't fall over yet. Right? I am going to open my legs and I'm going to start to bridge into him. When his butt hits the floor, then I can start to turn. Remember, we're tucking that elbow, I'm extending my neck and turning around. That extension of the neck is because I need to control this space here. If during that sweep at any time he starts to stuff my head, I need to back out. Let's look at that real quick so that we're on the same page here. So I'm in tight, he starts to frame. I quad cramp, I come in, right? I start to bridge him over. He started to control by pushing my head down. That's you, bud. When he pushes down, I make space and I come up. Next sweep. Controlling, he posts that leg, arcing, right? Control from here. He starts to get a little bit of bend in his leg. That's a problem. So I'm going to take my bottom hand, control the pants. Top hand comes up. Remember, we're going to make some space and bring that leg in. You want the ankle at the back of the knee, controlling the arm. If I try to control the arm, he hides the arm. I come get it back here. It doesn't matter, but it is about the scissoring of the legs. My spare hand will come up, grab control of the collar if I have it, and turn the body. Remember, the person on top, their face is going to warp towards the floor, so while you're working on it initially, make sure that you do it nice and slow so they don't hurt themselves. Now, next one. I'm in, he posts that leg, out. All right, this is a problem. I know that he's not going to turn the knee this way. Why is he not going to turn the knee this way?
He'll fall.
All right, because he'll fall, turn your knee. I don't even have to sweep him. He just turns his whole body, falls over. So in is the problem. There are 2 times when I do this. One, when I start losing control of the knee, or he puts his hands on the floor. Either one, I need to manipulate the top of the knee here, okay? My pinky should touch the kneecap, not too high. This is a lever. Now, I'm gonna belly down the 3 important things. 1, hand placement. 2, my elbow clears underneath my body. Number 3, I pull backwards rather than driving forward. That's one of the hardest things. This arm clears by my hip. If you try to turn here, you have to overcome the bone between your elbow and your shoulder. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna bridge off that outside foot to clear that arm. Now don't drive into them because they've got all that base back there. We turn here and we drag them backwards and then up the back. Again. Control, he posts. I come out the back, his hands went to the floor. Clear that elbow, drag him backwards, up the back. Next sweep. I'm here, he posts, I come out. Now, I start to move in for my waiter sweep. His foot is bent, and I'm afraid he's gonna step over my head. 1, to the hip. 2, underneath. Switch my angle. Remember that this leg is the motor, this leg is the rudder. Lift, and as I'm lifting, I'm gonna cut that leg over the back. He falls. Arm out, both knees, reverse the hips. Again. Posts, under and out, right? From here, he starts to bend this leg. Hand, underneath, engine, rudder, right? Here, he starts to fall over. Both knees, switch my hips. Now, getting that knee in, difficult, right, ladies and gentlemen? For the scissor, he posts the foot, I arc, I go in for my waiter sweep. I can't get him, he's too far forward. Thread that hand, bring my shin in. Go and get that arm, same sweep from before. The spacing's gonna be a lot different, a lot better. One more time. Now I lose control of the ankle. Last one. These are not mutually exclusive. These all work together, ladies and gentlemen. So I come into this position, but I lose control of the ankle. The hand comes off the hip and controls out the back door and up the back. Last time. Oh man, that didn't work out. Make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Week in review. That's a whole week worth of techniques, plus the back step. Make sense? Let's get it. 1, 2.